You make good money, follow the script, bought the house, granite counters, that trendy sink, and yet your chest feels tight every night staring at endless bills? Ugh. You're not bad with money. It's a marketed math trap flipping the old dream into a silent wealth drain. Stick around. In this video today, I'm exposing why homeownership often costs more than renting in 2026 markets, with brutal numbers on taxes, maintenance, and opportunity cost that shatter rent is throwing money away. Have you ever wondered why you make decent money, yet still feel broke, tense, boxed in? Like, you did the thing, you followed the script, you bought the house, and now your chest feels tight at night. Just imagine this. You, 30-something, good job, good credit. You're standing in a kitchen you technically own. Granite counters, gray cabinets, that fake farmhouse sink everybody has. And you're whispering, why am I stressed? Ugh, the mortgage hit, the taxes hit, the insurance hit, the water heater makes a noise. Ugh, you're not dumb, you're not lazy, you're not bad with money. This isn't bad luck. This is a trap, a math trap, a beautifully marketed one. Look, there's a story we've all been fed. Rent bad, good good. Rent is burning cash. Buying builds wealth. That story used to work. Past tense. The math changed. The gravity shifted. But the script stayed the same. And now people are drowning in houses they were told would save them. My name is Greg, and let's just say I spend way too much time staring at both the 2D and 3D math and the invisible equations behind your bank account. In this video, I break down the real math showing why owning often costs more than renting and how to escape the heaviest financial weight most people carry. If you're tired of playing a game where the rules are hidden from you, smash that subscribe button and give this video a thumbs up. We're about to put some neon ink on this problem. Now, listen close. Your house might not be an asset. It might be a very expensive lifestyle bill wearing an investment costume. Big words incoming. Asset. In our parlance, that just means something that feeds you while you sleep, like a vending machine. Put money in once, snacks come out forever. A primary house? It eats. Constantly. Quietly. Relentlessly. Here's the real-world anchor. This actually happened. Recently, a software engineer in Austin bought a home after getting pressured non-stop. Family, friends, realtor smiles everywhere. Price? Just under $500,000. Down payment? About $100,000. He felt rich for exactly 2 weeks. Then the bill stacked. Property taxes jumped. Insurance spiked. HOA fees appeared like jump scares. Meanwhile, his old apartment? Still renting for way less than his new monthly burn. Here's the contrast. Heavy versus light. As a renter, his cash floated. As an owner, it sank. That's the psychological shift nobody warns you about. Let's talk theory. Boots theory. Big word again. Boots theory in our parlance means poor people buy cheap stuff repeatedly, rich people buy once. But housing flipped this. People stretch to buy the good boots, the house, except the boots now leak and the repair bill never ends. Here's the invisible equation. When you buy, you don't stop paying rent. You just change landlords. The bank, the city, the insurance company, Home Depot. Contrast time. Renting, you pay, you're done. Owning, you pay interest, taxes, maintenance, insurance, transaction fees, all unrecoverable. Unrecoverable costs. Big phrase. In simple words, that just means money that evaporates. Poof, gone. Mortgage interest early on? Brutal. Federal Reserve data shows in the first years of a 30-year loan, most of your payment is pure interest. You're renting money. Property taxes? Permanent subscription. Cancel? Never. Maintenance? Vanguard estimates 1 to 2% of home value yearly. That's thousands, every year, forever. Add insurance, add fees. Now zoom out. High definition. In many cities, owning costs the same or more than renting the same place. So the phrase, rent is throwing money away? Incomplete math, lazy math, marketing math. Now let's drop the real hammer. Price to rent ratio. Big term. In our parlance, that just means how crazy is buying compared to renting. Price divided by annual rent. Historically, under 15, buying makes sense. Over 20, renting starts winning. Recently, in major U.S. cities, ratios have blasted past 25, some past 30. That's the housing market screaming at you. When you rent in those markets, you're living inside a massive asset without paying full gravity. You're letting the owner absorb the risk. Roof breaks? Not you. Foundation cracks? Not you. Market dips? Not you. You're consuming shelter at a discount. Now the quiet killer. Opportunity cost. Big phrase again. Opportunity cost in our parlance means what your money could have done instead. That down payment, the sacred cow, $100,000 locked in drywall, dead money. If that same cash sat in the S&P 500, historically around 10% average return, that's not hype, that's math. Vanguard publishes this. Instead, you bet everything on one zip code. Robert Shiller, Nobel Prize economist, showed real home prices barely beat inflation long term. Inflation. In our parlance, that's prices rising while your dollars shrink, like ice melting. So most housing gains are just melted dollars. Now add leverage. Leverage. In simple words, borrowed steroids. It magnifies gains. Also magnifies pain. Ask anyone who bought before a downturn. Liquidity next. Liquidity? Big word. In our parlance, that just means how fast can you move? Renters are light. Owners are heavy. New job offer across the country? Renter packs a box. Owner sells, pays agents, pays fees, prays for timing. Transaction costs can vaporize years of equity in one afternoon. Mobility is wealth. Optionality is power. Owning shorts your own freedom. Now the classic objection. But Greg, rent goes up. True. But my mortgage is fixed. Half true. Taxes go up. Insurance goes up. Repairs go up. You're still exposed. Meanwhile, your investments, they grow. If your portfolio compounds faster than rent inflation, you win the spread. Spread, in simple words, the gap that feeds you. That gap is where renters quietly beat owners. Now, lifestyle math. Homeownership is a part-time job. Weekends gone, mental load heavy. Renting buys time. Time you can invest. Time you can rest. Time you can build skills. Time compounds. Time is the only asset you can't refinance. So what's the move? Not never buy, that's lazy. Here are the anti-system steps. First, run the ratio, always. Ignore vibes, ignore pressure, check the math. Second, if you rent, invest the difference automatically. No discipline, no excuses. This is the invisible raise. You pay yourself before lifestyle creep eats it. Third, treat shelter as consumption, not identity. A house won't save you. Cash flow will. Income-producing assets feed you. Houses feed on you. That's the contrast. Big versus small. Heavy versus light. Owned versus free. The American dream wasn't ownership. It was independence. Somewhere along the way, those got confused. Stop running on the treadmill. Start building the board. If you're still here, you're already ahead. Think about which payments actually build gravity in your favor. The quiet players always win.